Movie Tree.
Howdy, branches. Welcome to another episode of the Movie Tree Podcast, where, you guessed it, we're back in the 90s.
It's unavoidable.
It is unavoidable. And this time we go for the 1996 survival incident type movie, Daylight.
Yes.
Excited.
Not at all.
Not at all.
This was... yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we got here by climbing the Barry Newman branch. He played Kit's agent in Bowfinger.
Hey.
He plays Norman Bassett in Daylight.
Norm.
Storyline. Disaster in a New York tunnel as explosions collapse both ends of it. One hero tries to help the people inside and find a way to safety. Yeah. When did you first watch?
I sense it was at the cinemas.
This, to me, this strikes me as one your dad would have taken you to.
It's either that or I can remember seeing the massive cardboard stand going to the cinemas, because that the cover, like Daylight, just it's Sly and the other bad actress sitting in front, like in the daylight.
Amy Brenneman.
Yeah, that's the one. And they're just that's it. Like it's a really particular poster, like a memorable poster.
It's from an era where they did that sort of promotion well.
To get it up.
Yeah. This was most likely a rental or cable watch for me. I never got to cinemas for this one. IMDb 6.0, only 79,000 ratings.
Yeah, actually, I forgot to put my rating in.
Rotten Tomatoes 28% critics, 37% audience.
Yeah, okay.
That's about right. On a budget of $80 million in 96.
Yeah.
It made 159 mil. 16th at the box office. Top of the pops that year was Independence Day, Twister, Mission Impossible, The Rock, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
It might have broke. No, not quite broken even.
There would have been a lot of
promotion
around this. Yeah. Released on Boxing Day 1996. This is our 9th movie from 1996.
9. Good golly.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Make no mistake, gentlemen. We are in the fight of our lives. Against maybe the greatest battalion commander in the Vietnam War. I shit you not. Any questions? Slow down!
I mean, we could just cut lines from that film for the rest of the episode.
I know.
Last time it was Ed Harris, and this time Michael Biehn. I mean, we'll get a Sean Connery one next. And it's
mate, do you know, you don't know how... I'll tell you after how hard it was to do these.
The Rock.
All right, next one.
Welcome to Earth.
Well, like we say it so often, I get an opportunity to put it in, I'm going to take it.
Independence Day. Welcome to Earth.
He doesn't say it as well as we do.
No. Well, we've had time to work
That's
on
true. That's true.
I'll have your head on a fucking pike. You understand me? Fuck you! I'll fucking kill him right now! I want to talk! You kill him! You kill yourself, you motherfucker! Give me back my son! Hello! You want him? Yes! You want him?
Daddy!
Jesus Christ. Ransom. Oh, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but this is my problem. These first 3 movies are so iconic and the dialogue is so iconic. There's nothing, like I said, unless I put Delroy Linden, unless I get him saying something like, get me a sandwich or something.
Could probably pull it.
Those first 3 movies are so fucking hard to find dialogue that you wouldn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the next one.
You knew about Jim.
Of course. Just exactly when he knew is something of a question. Mind telling me? Before or after I showed up in London?
Before London. But after you took the Bible from the Drake Hotel in Chicago.
They stabbed it, didn't they? Those damn Gideons.
Mission Impossible. That was, and you know what? That first bit I couldn't get until Tom Cruise's voice rolls up.
I had to beep out Ethan's name there.
Ethan Hunt, yeah.
Otherwise, that's too bloody obvious.
2 times 7?
14.
Very good. Or 13 times 379.
4,927.
I beg your pardon?
I think that's the answer. 13 times 379. 4927.
I'd know that pompous, know-it-all little scram if I heard it anywhere. That's Matilda.
Trouble. She's just trouble.
Just
that kid.
absolute trouble.
Yeah.
Trunchbull had her eyed from day one.
I have mad respect for headmasters after that movie. Anyway.
Are you mad?
I'll be mad later. Right now, I'm trying not to kill us.
Funnel getting thicker. It's moving fast. Coming towards you, Joe.
It's starting to turn.
Where? I can't see it.
You will.
Nah. Twister. I could barely hear anything.
Apologise to anybody that's got that turned up with headphones on.
Until I heard it say it's starting to turn. I'm like, what is this?
Next one.
Drive fast. Don't slow down. You can park under those trees. Honk if there's any trouble.
Yeah, so Miss Daisy, I be honking.
Log kiss goodnight.
Last one.
Yeah.
So this is the world, and there are almost 6 billion people on it. When I was a kid, there were 3. It's hard to keep up. There, that's better. That's America. See, America still sets the tone for the world.
Jerry Maguire?
Very good.
That's the start of the film, isn't
That's
it?
the very start of the film.
Oh,
It's the
glad
first thing we hear.
I was going to say, glad we did that 2 movies ago.
That's why I put that one in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was going to be, you had
Show me
hello.
the money! Jeez, what's that?
Name's Kush. Runtime for Daylight, an hour and 54 minutes. Produced by Universal Pictures. Nominated for 1 Oscar. For Best Sound Effects Editing. Lost to The Ghost in the Darkness.
Ghost of the Darkness. Now, that's a movie I have fond memories of.
Sly was nominated
Not
for
this one.
Sly was nominated for Worst Actor at the Razzies.
Fair enough.
But lost to, and it was a tie between Tom Arnold and Paulie Shaw.
Man, at least they weren't trying.
Well, Tom Arnold was nominated for 3 movies.
The Stupids?
I can't remember which 3, but Paulie Shaw was in there for Biodome.
Yeah, it's fair enough,
That's
I
fair
suppose. But he wasn't trying.
No.
You know what I mean? Sly really tries in this, like, too hard.
Directed by Rob Cohen. We know him from The Fast and the Furious.
Yep.
And he's also done Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, Dragonheart, The Skulls, Triple X, Stealth, The Mummy, The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, and Alex Cross.
He's got a few there, doesn't he?
He does. To the cast. Sylvester Stallone, 50 at the time.
I remember him saying that this was going to be his last action film because he was getting too old for this shit. Wrong again.
Wrong again.
Well, you asked me last week, you said surely Sly's our most reviewed actor.
Yeah.
And I had a look at the stats, and on the back of that...
Pop quiz, asshole.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
So, Stallone, this is our 8th Stallone movie. Can you name them all?
Judge Dredd. Demolition Man.
You can name this one.
Oh, this is part of it?
Yep.
All right. What are we doing? Daylight. So what's that, 3?
It's 3.
And we've done 8?
Yep.
Gee whiz. Yep. Assassins. Fuck. The truck.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Gave it a 5. Over the top. Let me have a think.
2 of the remaining 3
Yep.
he stars in. The 3rd one he does not star in.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's the one he doesn't star in, and he's a star in the other 2.
The other 2 movies that you haven't got, he stars in.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Oh,
stars.
Cliffhanger.
That's one.
And
I think Early Doors.
Early Doors.
For him.
Early Doors for him.
We haven't done a Rocky yet. Must be a...
Rambo. First Blood,
First
sorry.
Blood.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've done 8 Stallone movies. Second is Spielberg.
Spielberg.
We've done 6 Spielberg movies.
Yeah.
And then we've got 4 tied on 5. We've got Tom Cruise, Nicolas Cage, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Will Smith. Amy Brenneman, 32. Viggo Mortensen, 38. Dan Hedaya with possibly the worst movie moustache in the history of movies.
That's pasted.
56. Jay Sanders, 43.
Dan Hedaya is only 6 years older than Sly.
Yep. I'm looking every bit of 12 years older than him. Skinning the smoke wagon last week, we both said 3.5s. On the back of that, can I have your thoughts and score?
Sure can. Unlike the last couple of films we've watched, I went into this with 0 expectations, and that's exactly what I got. Nothing. The story is flatter than the Earth, according to a YouTube conspiracy theorist. There's no emotional core thanks to the abysmal character development. You can't just throw Sly into a scene acting like his best friend's dying when he only met the guy 2 minutes ago. The only people who can walk away with their head held high and with any pride are the set designers, the visual and practical effects team, and the stunts crew. They clearly did all the heavy lifting here. If you're in the mood for a disaster survival movie, you've got 100 better options. This one deserves to be buried in the Holland Tunnel and cinematic history. It's a 1.9 out of 5.
1.9. That's it. That's very well said. For me, we've done a lot of Stallone now. He's, like I said, he's our most reviewed actor. We've had some good stuff with First Blood, Demolition Man, and Cliffhanger. We've had some not so good stuff with Judge Dredd and Assassins. This one falls into the not so good stuff column. I'm not even sure why this fucking movie exists. I can't remember anyone ever asking me about how good Daylight is or was. It just kind of is there. And we've had that before with other movies that are just kind of sitting there for no good reason. Rushed subplots with zero character development. The only redeeming feature of this pile of insignificance is the fantastic practical effects work once all this shit hits the fan. Stallone is, again, far from bad in this bad movie. It's just not a good movie. It's shit.
It just has nothing there.
Nothing there for anyone. Like you said, if you want a good disaster movie, there's 100... Anything from Roland Emmerich's fucking catalogue.
Anything
before
like
this.
Fucking Everest, like the survival films in the peaks, Vertical Limit. Like these are all just better films.
Absolutely. I gave it a 2 out of 5.
Oh, very close. And you know what? What you just said there, you're like, nobody ever comes up to me asking about how good Daylight was or anything. You're going to hear about it. We're going to get our fucking Daylight crew on this. Or how can you bang? That's a goddamn classic.
Yep. No, it's not.
Have you watched
go and rewatch it
in the past 20 years?
That puts it... So we've scored it exactly the way we scored A Nightmare on Elm Street, Under Siege, and The Three Musketeers. We both gave exact same scores.
Oh, yep.
Giving a 1.95. This sits below all of them at 146th.
Yeah.
Just below Three Musketeers, just above Gremlins.
That's the one that... That's the one that will come back and bite us, I reckon.
What's that?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, and Gremlins. Gremlins already has come back.
The Elmers, mate. The Elmers, they'll come for you in your sleep or on
Gremlins people came for us on TikTok.
They did too. And if you just ask them to watch it, they never come back to you.
No.
You ask them, like, what did you actually really love about it other than being a child and watching it?
I did ask people. I said, what do you think makes it a good movie?
Yeah,
no response.
No response.
Best on ground?
Set design and practical effects team. Bravo, my friends. This film looks fantastic. If only a better film was shot on it. What about you, mate?
I think this might be her second time as best on ground for me. But Danielle Harris as the scared shitless teenager Ashley. I think she was best on for us for Last Boy Scout for me. I think, and for both of us maybe. And she backs it up with this one as well.
It's a massive call.
Well, everyone was horrible. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
But she was the least horrible. Do you have a worst on ground?
Yep. Everybody else acting in this film. Nobody puts in a good performance.
I had Vanessa Bell Calloway. Why they decided this actress from Ohio needed a Jamaican accent is absolutely perplexing because all it did was sound like an American woman putting on a shitty Jamaican accent.
It really did. I thought, it doesn't sound natural at all.
No.
But yeah.
But how does it serve anything other than, I don't know, the writer thought, this would be fun.
A few of the things in this, like a couple deaths, you're like, what's the meaning?
Did you have a play of the day?
Yeah, the tunnel explosion at the start looks absolutely gorgeous. All the fire flowing through the tunnel and the cars burning. I'm like, this still looks good today.
That does look good.
And just everything about that moment, especially and after like the explosion, the burnout cars and everything. I'm like, did they actually blow up a goddamn tunnel? Well done.
It was a lot of miniature work.
Yeah.
But it was,
we love that.
Like you said, it was really, really well done and still holds up, like you say.
You can see a filter across it that they're just running across the screen for the heat. But they've done it so well to mix in with the actual flames they've put there as well. And I've never seen that before. So.
No, it's like they've taken cues from what the effects team did with Terminator 2 with the nuclear bombs going off. And I thought, well, this movie doesn't deserve that, but we're going to do it anyway. I I had Roy Nord's inspirational speech before heading into the tunnels and dying like a bitch.
He was, yeah.
It was a good bit of misdirect, actually. Painting Vigo as the hero and then killing him off straight away.
Does he die like a bitch, or does he die spitting his chewy out hard?
He does. He spits his chewy at life, and
he's like, fuck this. Doesn't power stance.
He kind of dies like if you think back to Armageddon, how the first shuttle dies. Yeah. And they just kind of sit there and go, I'm going to fucking die.
Maybe if I just tense up.
Yeah. If I staunch up.
That was good. All right, to kick off, are we dealing with possibly the worst title credits in our 150-plus episode run on the movie?
Yes, we are. I wrote that down. This is one of the worst opening title sequences of all time.
We've done Superman 1970.
And it was better than this.
Yes. What are you doing?
This is just, it's supposed to be a winding tunnel, I assume,
isn't it?
But it's just fucking horrible.
It's like someone's holding the pictures to a black screen and then running the name with their hands, like on a toothpick.
I mean, that's how they used to do title cards. It was all like that sort of thing. But this just, in a world we're talking 96, we're not talking 86, or 76 even. Like, it's horrible. It would have been horrible for 76. Okay, he's a limo driver, or he's a driver. And that's it. That's all we get until some other guys in the emergency services go, hey, guy, weren't you fired or some shit? And we're like, okay, so he was in there at some point in time?
Hey, is that Kit Latour?
Oh, my God, is that Kit Latour?
Here? Now? At this time of night? Hey, cut that off right there. Yeah. I don't need to know any more about him. It's going to have more emotion in the tunnel when they're trying to escape.
But even like he's helping people, like, get over there. You'll be okay, man. He tells the guy, there's a guy there with a busted open head that's pissing out blood. He checks the guy's arm. He goes, you'll be okay. Fucking hell.
I reckon he phoned this one in hardest.
Oh.
I can't remember. Who did you say phoned one in the other day?
It was Robin Williams for Jumanji.
Ah, that's right, yeah. This is phoning it in for me. Like, he's just rolled up. The sets are all rocking. He's like, I guess I'll do my stuff, dude.
George knows what's what, though. He knows what's going on. He's like, you got to leave me go. My neck is broken, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I was like, I know what to do, George.
I've known you for 10 minutes.
So son of a bitch. But also,
I remember the good times, like when I met you was dry. But then we had our ups and downs, you know, like when the car fell on you. It's been a rough 15 minutes.
Like, he didn't, like George really, it's not like he sacrificed himself. Like, he's just dead. He's just going to die. It's not like he died saving people. He's just dying.
And they don't make it emotional in a good way. He sits there complaining. He's just not complaining. He's like, I wish I'd done more with my life.
Yeah, and I'm like, if I'm in real life, Sly should have gone, sorry, George, I haven't got time for your life story. It says a lot about the supporting cast when Sly's best acting is to a mud wall.
Yeah. You think, come at me.
Come on, man.
I would have blocked Madeline. Hey, it's not alive. Are you okay?
That's where he could have said, it moves like it's alive. You don't know.
Hey.
Mud's got a mind of its own.
You haven't seen what Mud can do. Back in Baltimore, there was this incident. I love that he just tells her a story. There was this one time where they shut up the water and went up in the Woozlewagger.
Yeah.
Did anyone live? One lived.
One lived. 11 died.
And then just 10 minutes later, we got to do the Woozle thing I said earlier.
You killed everybody else, but you know what? You should have killed me. Because I found your heart. I found your heart. And I'll blow out your body.
I tell you what, the water police or the fucking Coast Guard or whatever, they zeroed in on these two random bodies in the middle of the Hudson. Hella fucking quick.
Hey,
There's like 6 boats.
See some bubbles in the Hudson? Not a chance.
My God.
I've been trawling these waters for 20 years, Mike. There ain't no oh, there's bubbles over there.
There's bubbles over there. Hey, there's 2 people over there.
Holy shit.
Oh my God, is that Kit Latour?
Hey, what's he doing out here?
I thought he was fired.
Yeah, that's the name on his vest for sure. That's Latour.
Would you watch it again?
No.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
Where did you watch?
Watch this on DVD.
Lucky you. I purchased it on Apple
Was it
TV
the same price?
because it was the same price as renting it. So now I own this piece of shit.
Hey. I do too.
Yeah.
Brothers in arms.
Oh yeah. We can have daylight party. You can rent it or buy it elsewhere on Amazon and YouTube, but yeah, really probably.
You get it on DVD.
You can borrow it from Poncho for half the price. Johnson Trivia.
Yes, please.
Let's do some movie trivia.
Body count.
Georgie, my boy.
She did like that.
Oh, fuck.
75 is the body count here.
Very good.
Hello, Mr. Nice Watch.
Ooh, what is he
So
wearing?
Sly Stallone wears a Panerai Luminor watch, reference 5218-201. This is a significant watch as it helped to bring Panerai into the mainstream and is now a highly sought-after collector's item. The watch was purchased by Stallone in Italy and worn throughout the filming of this movie, and Stallone's on the record of saying this watch copped a beating on this movie. He even claimed he never took it off at all during production. The actual watch he wore sold at auction in 2020 for $214,000.
Okay. Hey, what's that watch? That's that beaten up watch. It's a daylight watch.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's daylight?
It
only works in the daylight.
It's a 1996 classic. Hasn't aged a day.
Yeah.
One of the best movies you'll ever watch.
Panerai actually released a tribute daylight watch that sells for over $65K now.
Did they get bored or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember we had a watch in daylight? The classic 1996 survival thriller?
One reason Sylvester Stallone appeared to act in this movie, as you said, and I said last week, I think, was to help him overcome his fear of confined spaces. He agreed to appear in Cliffhanger to help him overcome his fear of heights.
Fantastic.
So I guess he was in Rocky to overcome his fear of boxing.
Every movie done. I hated trucks.
Yeah.
I was over the top.
He was also paid $17.5 million to appear in this, so that probably helped as well.
That'll do it. He's got some cashola.
Like you said, Stallone said this would be his last action film because he was getting too old for the genre. However, he made Driven, Rocky Balboa, Rambo, and the Expendables movies afterwards.
Driven's not an action. Oh, it's a race film, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any heist or any guns in it.
A bit of casting. Rob Cohen originally wanted Nicolas Cage to play Kit Latura. Universal execs felt he was more of a character actor, and Sylvester Stallone was more commercially viable.
They're probably right at that point.
I guarantee that Nick Cage would have cost less than half of what Stallone was paid.
Yeah. But I think I understand where their thinking there was.
Yeah.
Because he would have done what are his movies? Arizona.
Raising
Arizona.
This year he had The Rock. The year after he had Con Air. And then and Face Off, I think, as well. So
yeah, so he went into that.
Yeah.
But before that,
yeah,
I get where they were coming from.
Oh, Johnson Branching.
I do.
And now it's time for us to branch out and decide what we'll watch next week.
Here is your 7.
7?
And of this 7...
Lucky number 7.
Of this 7, there are 2 listener requests.
Okay. Hit me with
Sylvester Stallone. Rocky.
Hey, yeah, that's a listener request. Someone was calling that.
Jay Sanders, The Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow. Not bad.
Danielle Harris.
Yep.
Halloween, Rob Zombie version.
Ooh. Yep.
Stan Shaw. Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes. That's not a bad one.
Joseph Ragno, and this is our second listener request. The Phantom.
Yep.
I think this might actually be our oldest listener request.
Yep.
The Phantom from Reese.
Yep.
Was almost our first listener request. And Rob Cohen, Dragonheart.
Dragonheart. That's 6.
Oh, sorry. And Nestor Serrano, Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. Dragonheart is in Robert De Niro.
It was in Bowen.
Oh, Dragonheart.
Sean Connery plays the dragon.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid plays Bowen.
I don't know. It sounded like you were saying 2 words. Dragonheart. As soon as you said it, the Phantom.
The Phantom.
Billy Zane.
Billy Zane. Cool guy. Oh my God, Reese is going to fall off his fucking tractor.
Oh, he better. I love the Phantom.
I haven't seen the Phantom. We're going to skull it.
Yeah.
Skull it in a sec. We're going to skin it.
And skin it.
Going to skin it in a sec. But Reese Daniels. Oh no, Damo's got our oldest request with Dark City.
Oh yes. We've been trying to angle towards Dark City.
But Reese requested the Phantom 2 days later.
Go ahead, skin it. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Now,
Yeah.
I know it's not going to be a 5.
No.
It's a 5 of the heart.
Sometimes it's the best 5 there is.
Sometimes, though, you have to watch it with your eyes. And it's going to be cheesy.
Yep.
The effects are going to be
Yep.
garbage.
Yep.
I don't know that there's too many visual effects used, but they're practical. Oh.
You know what we've done?
I don't want to give it too bad.
You know what we've done / I've done though is I've just kept us in 1996.
Is the Phantom 96?
Yeah. Same year as
Yeah, I don't want to give it too low because I do love it. There will be a high nostalgia rating behind this. I'll go 3.5.
3.5.
3.5 with a lot of nostalgia, and I'm just hoping it pulls through with some great moments, some great practical effects, some great stunts. Because I don't think the story's any good.
I haven't seen this movie. Oh, it could almost only be the one viewing for me. Yeah. So I've got no nostalgia for this movie whatsoever.
Yeah.
However, from memory, I enjoyed it. It's just, for some reason, the purpleness of the Phantom's outfit really used to do my head in.
It's like if you had a wetsuit, but it was really slim.
Yeah.
And it has all like patterns on it. But yeah, I used to love the Phantom. I'll bring it up next week during my Phantom chat.
Anyway, I think...
What do you reckon?
I think I'm going to say a 3.
3.
With
that's very high.
With room to grow either way.
That's very high for someone who hasn't loved it.
So I had a 3.5 for Daylight. So...
But I feel like you knew Daylight.
Yeah.
I should have
known better with Daylight.
I remember as a kid in 96, I was only like 7 years old, but James Remar in this, he literally looks like Indiana Jones. He's got the leather jacket.
He's got the fedora.
And Dad used to have to convince me and go, that's not Indiana Jones. I'm like, why is Indy the bad guy? And he's like, that's not Indy. I'm like, Dad, that's fucking Indy.
That's fucking
Jones.
Indy.
I'm looking right.
Don't you tell me, Dad.
Harrison,
I know.
James Remar Ford. Anyway, get that guy on the keyboard playing. Sorry, piano.
You say keyboard. Oh my god.
Piano, I know.
You're lucky he was too busy drinking scotch.
Yeah. Hey, that happens.
It does happen. You do get busy doing important
things. And it's
things.
not often people say, lucky you were drinking scotch.
If you know someone who might like to listen to us and share an episode with them, timely reminder really to say if you want us to review a movie, write in.
We're smashing
Give it to us and we'll put it on the list. It only takes us 2.5 years on average to get to them. You can drop us a line by email at themeverytreepod@gmail.com. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and YouTube.
It drags the listeners along.
Give our topic episode about Is Cinema Dead a listening to if you haven't already, because it's a fucking banger.
I remember it like it was
last week. Come and climb the movie tree with us again next week when we review The Phantom.
Ooh, good golly. Adios. Tunnel survivors. Hey, podcast listeners who survived this episode. Adios.